Peter picked a pipe of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah.
Okay, begin.
Do you know the tongue twister that's like, well, it's not even a tongue twister. It's just like a whatever. And it's whether the weather be fine. Have I said that one to you?
Whether the weather be fine.
Whether the weather be fine,
Mm-hmm.
whether the weather be not. Whether the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not.
That's not
It's
as
not
much
a
of a
tongue
tongue
twister.
twister as much as it is just like a fun
Playing
little
with
diddly.
the terms.
Yeah.
With the, what are they called? Homonyms? Like words that sound the same, but they're, yeah.
But they're not.
But they're not.
Yeah.
English class.
Very good. She majored in English.
I did major in English. That
Great.
should have been I should have just had faith.
In English.
Yeah, when I was going into college, I made a deliberate decision not to major in English because I thought other English majors would piss me off and ruin the subject for me. So I had a minor in creative writing, and I didn't make English one of my majors until like my junior year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was like, and the only reason I did it was because I thought I might want to teach. And, you know, as we were talking about the other day,
yeah.
for high school, you have to have the degree in the subject that you're in. So I bumped it up.
You said just in case.
Yeah, I did.
Slide
I was like,
to the left.
The name of the game in college, everything I did was just in case. Just in case I need this, just in case I need to put this on my resume, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, when I took the classes, it was fine. Like, I actually really enjoyed the teachers. They were like quirky, you know?
Yeah, right.
Like far more quirky than teachers in other subjects that I had been taking. I've taken a lot of classes.
It's the arts.
I've been to school quite a bit. And yeah, I actually really enjoyed it, and I wish I would have had a little bit more courage to just be honest about what I wanted, which I still have a really hard time being honest about that, being honest about wanting a creative career. But I can tell ChatGPT. And I can tell God.
Listen, I was going to talk about that.
3 people I won't lie to is me, myself, me, God, and ChatGPT.
Yeah. Yep. We need to introduce the thing.
The pod?
The introduction, yeah. So.
You go.
Okay.
What is that? What is it going to be?
Welcome.
What am I supposed to say? Oh,
this is what happened last time.
Did we rehearse this?
No. No, but this is what happened last time.
So,
and then you were like, why do you want to say welcome? I like saying welcome.
Okay.
It feels inviting.
Well, go ahead.
Welcome.
2.
You finished the whole thing.
Oh.
And you
Ew.
listen.
Wait a minute.
And
so you're going to say welcome.
Last time where you said it in a questionable way.
To the A to Z podcast.
Yes. I'm just saying welcome.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
But if you're going to do that, you got to like put some...
Okay, wait. What if I say podcast? I say welcome.
No.
So what? You wanted to switch back and forth words?
Just like
welcome.
No, absolutely not. That's not what I want.
Then why did you just say two?
You can just say the whole phrase. Welcome to the A to Z podcast, and then on another episode, I'll say it.
But I like saying welcome. So I want to say.
So you want to say it every time?
I just want to say welcome at least every time.
Then just say it. Welcome. Yes. Welcome, guys.
Yes. Welcome.
So this is just so everybody knows, like this is how podcasts begin, with a whole lot of bullshit.
That ain't bullshit.
Go ahead.
She just ain't minding.
Say not minding. Okay.
Welcome
Yes, welcome, guys, to the A to Z podcast.
Okay. We did it.
We're your hosts who are being very annoying today. Amber.
Last name.
I'm not saying that.
Long. And Zachary Birdsong. Middle name Taylor. I don't mind the full name. I have no qualms.
He wants everybody to know everything about him.
It's my birthright.
There's no bad publicity for this one.
Nope. No bad publicity.
Except for when there is.
Yep. Don't listen to everything I say.
Yes.
Please.
Today is also a special day across the country, I think.
A special month.
A special month. A special day and a special month.
Yeah. It's someone's birthday out there. It is June.
No. I'm sorry. Oh, shoot. It is June.
It is June, yeah.
I thought it was July already.
No.
Okay.
It's almost July.
All right. Well, guys, today is the Pride Parade.
It is. Oh, and you know
Fayetteville.
What? That makes sense because you don't want to... It'd feel weird to celebrate Pride at the beginning of the month because then you have all that energy that just, like, dissipates for the rest of the month. You know, you want to kind of do it so it's building up to something for the entire month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you do it, it's like celebrating your birthday in the morning. Why the fuck would you do that?
No, that kind of gives though. Because then you
if someone's bringing you breakfast in bed, then that's nice.
Or you go out to a brunch, get mimosas, and then you go home and you take a shower, and then you just get in
Take
the
a shower
bed.
Before brunch, first of all.
No, get in the bed or like go sit
Get in the
couch.
bed. What is this?
Sit all day.
Brunch, if you're doing something for your birthday at the start of the day, it's continuing for the rest of the day. You have plans for the whole day.
It'll change when you have kids.
They'll bring you breakfast in bed, and then you pawn them off to the grannies and grandpies of the world, and then they...
Whoever.
Yeah, well, them, probably.
One of them. Somebody.
Someone. You don't have them. They're not in your possession. And you go celebrate with your people, and then you have fun for the rest of the day. That's how that works.
We have different ideas of a good birthday.
What would you do? What would you want for your birthday? We're doing a triple birthday celebration again this year, like last year. Okay.
Yeah, so both of our birthdays are in August.
Yeah.
I am, according to some people, a Leo. And according to the other people, Zach is a Virgo Leo cusp.
Why?
On the Virgo side.
Why other people?
One of my friends was saying that, like, there was something off with that calendar, the popular calendar, and so I'm actually not a Leo, I'm something else.
Oh.
But I'm like, you know what?
Just go with the standard. It doesn't even matter anyway.
I'm not doing that.
It's just for fun.
Do I look like a Virgo? No. Do I look like a thing that comes before a Leo? What is that, a Cancer? No.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you the order.
It's giving big lion energy over here.
Yeah, Yeah. Definitely.
It's really not, guys.
No, it's not.
It's taken a long time for me to grow into whatever identity that is. Yeah. I'm more of an Enneagram person myself. And one day we will talk about it.
Number
4.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Number 4.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. He is one. There's I can't remember who else was one. It's not I
feel like that's confusing saying
Sylvia
it that way.
Plath.
Who else was one?
Just a lot of people who've killed themselves.
Very
Unfortunately.
sad. Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, a lot of people who have harmed themselves or struggle with depression are 4 on the Enneagram.
Yep.
But that's okay. It's better than being like a tyrant, I think. I'd rather be depressed than be a global asshole. So
that's I'd say that's a good thing.
Yeah. So this month, we're talking about our birthdays.
Yes. And Blaze. He's what makes it a triple.
When is his birthday?
In August.
No, but like what part of the month? Like the beginning or the middle or the end?
He's a Leo.
Okay.
Beginning.
Okay. So we're doing a triple birthday thing.
Celebration.
Is that an all day thing? I gotta take a nap? Like get well rested beforehand?
Just sleep well the night before. You don't need a nap.
Okay.
Just get your 9 hours.
9?
Yeah.
Oh.
I need 9.
I get like 8. 8's and like so 8 is like the perfect Like, it's kind of got to be right on the dot for me.
I need like 9.
Dang, according to your Garmin.
Just according to my experience in
9
life.
is a long time for a man.
I could do 10.
Men don't usually sleep a lot.
I need my sleep. I
That's why
love
he's
naps.
so glossy and has glass skin now. 10 hours beauty sleep.
No, the past few nights I have been getting very poor sleep. Just because of staying up late. It's not good. I don't like it.
I've been staying up late too.
It's not good. Don't do it. We're old.
It's not. I don't understand people who habitually stay up late and like they're always tired. I know you'll probably get used to it at some point, but I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me when people choose to harm themselves and they know they're doing it over and over again. I can't get with that.
I think it's mainly for people who, well, okay, not all the time, but a piece of it is the, it's like procrastination for starting the next day if you don't like what's coming. Like if you don't like your job.
Yeah, that can be part of it, yeah.
That's like a piece. And then another piece is some people are just
sometimes
night owls.
It's excitement for the next day. Like you have a hard time going to sleep.
Well, yeah, but that's not purposeful then.
No.
Yeah, but yes, but you're right. So and then
some people are night owls.
Yeah, and some just like staying up late, or they just got into a habit, doing it that way. Video games, I think, are a big piece of that.
I'm sure
because you can be watching a show is like different. You can fall asleep watching a show. I mean, you can fall asleep playing games too, but especially if you're playing with like other people or something, and you have a lot of. I mean, it's happened. It's happened to me. Yeah, I can attest to that. I was playing with some friends the other night, and his name is Jake, and we were like, Jake, and we didn't hear anything, and his character just wasn't moving. he had just fallen asleep, and then like 5 minutes later, he's like, guys, I'm going to go to bed. So it happens sometimes. It's like, have you ever been reading a book? And I know you don't read much, but reading a book and you just start to nod off. It's the same thing. That's
the biggest challenge for me with reading a book is that I'm going to go to sleep.
Do you ever lay down, or are you like sitting up?
I feel like when sometimes if I'm sitting up reading, I'm like, oh my God. But like, yeah, if I'm laying down.
But do you usually lay down?
When I read a book.
Yes.
No, I'm.
That's what we're talking
yes,
about.
I'm processing. Dang. You can.
That's so funny.
Shut up.
Oh man.
I just don't. I've bought so many goddamn books.
You don't gotta tell
in the
me.
last year, and I have maybe finished one. I just can't bring myself. Like I don't have the patience, but also I have a really hard time, and this goes into the conversation about sleep and just leisure in general. I have a really hard time like relaxing in certain time consumptive ways because I feel like I haven't earned it, or I like can't do it because I just no, it's because an earning thing.
You don't just like
it's not
deserve,
it's not even a deserve because it's not like a punitive thing.
Yeah, right.
It's more of just like, no, you can't because you have to do the laundry and you didn't respond to an email from 6 months ago and like
what?
You still have 2 Smithsonian articles to finish, so you can't read right now.
Okay, one, I feel like if you haven't responded to an email for like 6 months, maybe it's not even
but it'll be
a thing anymore.
It'll be like, that's how I stay on top of things. Because I was talking to my therapist about it. She was like, honestly, your anxiety just compensates for like the things that your brain naturally, like, because normally you'll forget. Your brain, you have the type of brain that will forget to do things.
Right.
But your anxiety keeps it
right,
like top of mind and keeps just like pinging. But it's like not inappropriate, but like inappropriate in the sense of like, this doesn't matter. This is not consequential, but I'll be like, God dang it.
Right.
I did not start the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And so now I can't, like, I don't know,
Right.
talk to my grandma.
Well, and
like, stupid shit.
You've said before, too, that kind of, that you feel better feeling those things, right? Like
What?
like you, it's more comforting, like with like kind of like some negative thoughts, because you had a huge shift change there for trying to be more positive and less pessimistic, but you were like, you know, this feels comfortable though, and it was in part because you were just accustomed to
just
it,
being
right?
negative feels comfortable.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you were used to it. And I was listening to a video the other day, and it was talking about just how, you know, you're familiar with, like, you know, the more pathways are, specific pathways in your brain are used, the more, you know, they're going to be continue to be used. But your brain just gets comfortable with that because that's what it's used to. So, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You like pain.
Yeah. But it's just, it's not even like, if given the choice between pleasure and pain, which to be, why are you laughing?
I'm just ready for what's coming.
Okay. Also, and I want to say, it took me about up to a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, to be even able to say the word pleasure. It felt to me like the way that people feel about moist.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
Moist.
It just wasn't a thing. Like, it was such a loaded, yucky word to me that I couldn't. I have a weird. I'm actually, though, very weird about words that start with a P. I don't. There's something about words that start with a P and certain words that start with a C that really gross me out. They just fuck me up. Have I ever told you this? Like, when I was a kid, I used to get really irritated by when people would say a cup of coffee or a piece of pizza.
See, and I love that though, because it's alliteration.
I know, it just would. It was the
nice.
way that people would like. Ugh.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Well,
it
everyone
used to
else out
drive
there
me
who
nuts.
hates that is thanking you right now.
It used to drive me freaking crazy. And there's someone we know who sometimes hits their P's in a certain way, and it drives me nuts.
I'll ask you who after.
Yeah.
Because I don't read sign language.
Okay. You need to learn. I just told you who it was. Learn the alphabet.
Okay. A, B, C, D.
Okay. Yeah. And so
You're still kind of antagonistic towards certain
sounds.
No.
Oh,
Going back
because
to like the pleasure, not
No,
like
I
the
am.
word itself, but just like certain concepts and discussions and stuff.
I just
wave it
it's
away.
too emotional. Like, there's too much in it. Like, it's like a box that's just loaded up.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
but
Like you've come, like you said, you've come a long way. Like the last year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be what some people would call pessimistic. And the thing is,
Very.
I was just how
And
I
sad.
like to. Yes, I was very sad. Everybody knows this. If you've known me, you know that I was a hashtag sad girl. And I think that I just lost my train of thought.
I hate it when that
I
happens.
know. I was very sad. Oh. But what I realized kind of was that the root of that was like expectations. I was a very hopeful person, actually. Very, I wouldn't say optimistic, but I just had a lot of hope, and I wanted things to go really well. And
Would you say it was hope, or would you just say it more so in terms of like you had goals? Because didn't you think or like expect almost the worst outcome so that you didn't hope?
no, I had a lot of hope. And maybe hope's not the right word.
Desire?
I had a lot of desire for things to go a certain way.
Yes.
Which
But-
is
but
more
you
of an
would-
expectation thing. But
But you'd
most
still
of the
expect
time they were
negative stuff,
positive.
or you would like lean into the idea that it wouldn't happen, right? Or am I?
No, so I had what I now know is called maladaptive daydreaming.
Oh, yes.
And I
Yeah.
would daydream like crazy.
Mhm.
And I would
Spirals.
daydream every scenario. But a lot of it was positive. A lot of it was positive. And
But it's still, but the maladaptive, because you can still be sitting there thinking positively about things, but if it's, I think it can still get to a point of it being maladaptive if it's even keeping you from
yeah, for sure.
acting more on the things that would get you to that point.
For sure. And that's what was happening. And then also what it did was just like cultivate a reality that just didn't exist.
Right.
So anytime I was confronted with like actual real responses from people or real outcomes, it was very like disturbing,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term.
Because it was different.
Because it was different from
Yeah.
what I had prepared for
Yes.
in my mind.
Mhm.
And so then,
You're like, what the fuck?
yeah, or just like, that's not how that was supposed to go. And so it's taken a lot of work to, one, stop daydreaming.
Yeah.
I don't,
Because then that reinforces the desire to want to keep it in your head too.
yeah, because that's where you have control over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all going how you want it to go.
Yeah, it's been, I think maybe if I daydreamed before about 90% of the time, which is probably accurate, I daydream now about maybe 15, but mostly 10%.
Wow, good for you. That is crazy.
Once I know what something is, and if you tell me it's bad, I will stop. I've always been that way. It may take some time to get there,
Right, yes.
but I will, that day you tell me it's bad and why it's bad, I will start the process of changing.
Okay, because that's something that I'm having trouble with myself, and
Yeah.
that's one of the questions that I wanted to ask you is like, because of all the changes that you went through, what were like did you do any consistent steps or like journaling or like things that you woke up and thought about specifically to start rewiring that part?
Yeah.
Like what did you do?
So first, and the main thing was, again, just like anytime I identified something. So let's say it was like I was really I'm going to use some like psychological terms here. I was very prone to like limerence. And
Explain.
It's like, Elizabeth, it's like a, no, I know what it is. Yeah, but I don't want to say the wrong. Yeah, I don't want to say it. It's almost like if you guys ever watch You, and the way that Joe, it's like infatuation, kind of, and like deep longing for a thing or for a person that's just like not very good. And it's like a very unhealthy attachment.
Right.
Why are you shaking your head?
I was saying bad internet.
Oh. And I was very prone to that. C, again, type 4 Enneagram. And you will understand that. And also INFP. Read that, and you'll get that too. And so, yeah, I was very prone to that. So the more I started seeing things, the more I was like, oh, this is an OCD tendency. I think the biggest way that my OCD tendencies kind of showed up was like in religious OCD.
Right.
I was like, oh, I thought this, or oh, I think this is going to happen. Let me do X, Y, and Z. And I'll prevent it from happening. Mostly just like praying a certain way or abstaining from X, Y, Z or da-da-da. The more I knew what those things were and I had a name for them, whenever I started to notice it happening, I would say in my brain, this is limerence. This is maladaptive daydreaming.
And that helps separate too. And it puts a stop to the initial process of the thinking about it.
It's the presence.
Yeah,
it's
right.
the presence of mind. It's the mindfulness piece.
Right.
And that's another thing, because you always talk about meditation. I don't know if you want to talk about that. But I think the other element of becoming more mindful is making yourself aware of the things that you're doing, which was really funny. Aldemar literally gave me this like talk a few weeks ago about how if you are present all the time, if I come up to you and I push you, right, and you're mentally present, you will have more time to select what you'll do.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to you'll just react and slap me back.
Right.
And I thought, and when he said that, I was like, that's so funny that he's told me this at this phase in my life, because only in this phase of my life do I recognize that he's right.
Yeah.
because you have to gain control over your mind.
Yeah, he's got a good knack for that because he's talked with a couple of different people throughout the office that I feel like has been about something that just seems to resonate at that moment. He's just got that. He's got that ability on him.
He's at
a
that
wise guy.
phase. Yeah, he's at that phase of his life where he's just handing wisdom out to young people, to anybody who's receptive to it,
Right.
and it's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It makes you really think. So I think that's the biggest thing that I started to do, and then I started to like really be compassionate up towards myself, and I'm always like on that.
Yes.
I'm always like, if you are trying to lose weight or you're trying to do something new, because I used to be the type of person who would bully the shit out of myself. Because I think I grew up in that environment where it was like, you're not going to do it, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And like that was the motivation, was like pushing yourself and like being antagonistic.
Right.
And then I saw this, I didn't see this, and it wasn't the thing that caused my mind shift, but I agreed with it. And it was like, if being hard on yourself worked, you would have done it already. Whatever it was. And like, that's so fucking true.
Yeah, 100%.
I have gotten so much better
By being compassionate.
nice to myself.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. So like, if you're trying to...
And that makes it, because it's just like how they say, you're not going to be mean to your friends when you're trying. So why would you do it to yourself?
Exactly.
You're not going to be motivated as much by that. Because if someone were to do it, sometimes, but then you do it out of spite. If someone were to be mean to you, you would do it out of spite. It's not out of necessarily maybe love for the thing as much anymore as it is just to prove them wrong.
Exactly. And I don't want to live in that, because that's a reactive thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to live in a state where basically I'm allowing other people to control my emotions.
because it's externally focused,
actions.
and it's a focus on the negative element of the motivation as opposed to the positive.
Yeah. There's many different ways where, and this is a big thing, and this is really like I don't think you'll resonate with this.
Oh, maybe not. Let's see. We'll talk about it.
You won't.
Oh.
But I will tell you.
Know, y'all.
But I will tell you. Yeah. So in the Bible.
Okay. I want to make it clear. I don't have anything inherently against the Bible, okay? That there is some good wisdom. I'm just not religious, but there is good wisdom in that. So speak your truth.
No, okay.
Speak your truth.
Let me see if I can, because I don't want to tell. I'm
it.
not the perfect person at knowing exactly where things are in the Bible.
You just used P alliteration there, buddy.
I know. It didn't sound that bad, though. If it ever sounds bad, I'll let you know. So in the Bible, pretty sure it's in Galatians. And I think it's 5.
It's pronounced glacier.
Galatians 5. Yeah.
5:13.
You were very close.
Damn it.
You were very close. That sounds right, though, doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds like where you would find something.
Like the negative wisdom in Galatians is in 5:13.
5:13. So it's in 5:22. And that's
I don't think I was close at all.
5:22.
Well, you already said 5, and I said 13.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
13's not
my bad. But that's where you can find the fruits of the Spirit. And so that's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Yeah.
And
I'm on board with all of that.
Right. And so...
He's trying to make me anti-religious out here.
No, I'm just saying, just because I know a lot of people don't like the actual physical text of the Bible. People have qualms with.
I think the qualms
I
they have is like maybe the pieces that contradict.
Yeah.
But if you were to take pieces of it out, not tell anyone it's from the Bible, and say, what do you think of this? Most of the time, people are going to say, most things, that it's like, that's good. Like people should, take that and run with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the fruits of the Spirit. And whenever I think also there's something that I want to grow in, I will like focus on. So for a while, I was really focused on love, because I was like, I don't think I'm loving right. I don't think I understand how to accept love from other people.
Right.
I don't know if what I'm calling love is love. And
which is kind of interesting, because I felt like, and sorry to interrupt, but I felt like a year and you were more because you were more vulnerable. So you seemed more open to giving out and receiving, like, affection of some kind. Whereas now, you don't seem more closed off, but you're more like, you know, walled up, maybe, which I guess is another way of saying closed off.
But I don't, it's, what's really interesting is that, so there was that period of time that Zach is talking about, I was just like an open wound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very,
And,
very vulnerable.
Yeah, and I was
No
very
Band-Aid in
sensitive.
sight.
Yeah, I just literally felt like just like a raw nerve,
Mm-hmm.
just exposed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now I'm a little bit more composed,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm different. Like, my
Yes, right.
mindset is
Mhm.
different. Like, I still don't necessarily want to go around being like, I love you.
Right, but maybe you process it better in your head.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
can accept the fact that if somebody tells me they love me, maybe they mean it.
Right.
Or like if I feel love for them, I don't have to, because normally I would kind of tell myself like, you need to dampen this.
Mm-hmm.
Or get rid of it, or don't let the person know. It's not okay to feel love toward them, because they're going to be upset with you for loving them, for caring about them at all. And the ways that you try to show care, they're going to think it's too much.
Where do you think that's coming from?
Just bad experiences.
Gotcha. Fair. As is life.
Yeah. And so I think that now I'm a lot better. Also, a big mindset shift that I took with love specifically, is that you don't have to love everybody the same way.
Very true.
And that you can take all your best things and give them to the people who you want to give them to, and also more specifically the people who are giving their best things to you.
Right, yeah.
And I think that was really helpful for me to expand my own gratitude, because a lot of times you take your best things and then you see someone over there that you love and you keep trying to give them those things. When there's people who are giving those things to you and they really like want to handle you well, but you're over here trying to give away love to people who don't, who have their own people who they're trying to give their best things to.
You're like a side thought, kind of.
Yeah, and like it took me like a second, but also like I had to give myself permission to be like, no, you don't have to do that anymore. You can love who loves you, and so it's just been a lot of like taking a small thing and really getting into like what that looks like in my life, and turning and figuring out what I can do to make it more of what adds to my life.
Right, with the most important piece being the consistency. Because I think that's where most people fail. Because you can, in a moment, it can be easy in like a single moment to think to yourself, I'm going to be loving towards myself in this moment. I'm going to not be harsh. I'm not going to criticize. I'm just going to accept how I'm feeling and like, move on in a moment.
Yeah.
But to do that consistently and to start, training the brain to be different, that's really where like the difficulty comes in, especially for me. That's where it comes in.
Well, it's just like one of the most, I think you were the first person to really start break it. You were the first person to say it in a way that I started to actually really think about what you were trying to say about what are your values.
Yeah, right.
And like, if you value kindness or compassion, I think by extension, it was like, it is a non-negotiable for me. I will not speak to myself like this. And I used to have multiple streams of thought, multiple voices in my brain saying the worst things that you can say to a person, to myself.
Yeah. So sometimes in my brain, I'll say, like, if I do something just even slightly, something that I perceive as embarrassing, my brain is used to just saying quickly, man, I hate myself. But not even, but I don't even, I'm not even meaning I hate myself.
There,
but it's just, but even just like having that, it's just like that's going to change your mindset easily.
Yeah. And I think it's just like you're saying, it's a non-negotiable every time, that part of yourself that you want to be. Even when you feel like, no, that's too much, or no, it's okay for me to think this every now and then.
Right.
It's like, nope.
Right.
For what? Why?
Yeah, what is it doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not doing a fucking thing.
Right. And people knock journaling, I feel like, a lot, but that's what gets you, because it can be hard throughout the day when you're going through the motions to change that habitual thinking in the moment. And so that's why they say journaling, or like even getting, and it's cheesy, but looking in the mirror and saying whatever, like that's how you start getting to the point to where you're rewiring it outside of the setting of the circumstances in which you want to say something negative to yourself, so that when it does come up, it's easier for you to do it.
Yeah, and it is cheesy.
It is.
Like, I was so, you can speak to this, I was so resistant to becoming a happier person.
Yeah.
I was like, for what?
Like, but I like it.
Why?
I like being negative.
Yeah. I was like, no, somebody's got to do it in this world. It's going to be me.
Let it be me. I've been doing it.
Yeah. Like, but it just, no, guys, no.
Be good to yourself.
Be good to yourself, and I swear to you, because here's what it is too. I didn't make the changes for myself, to be honest. I made the changes because I loved, and this is why I don't talk about shit like this, because it makes me want to fucking cry. Because I loved everybody in my life so much, the people that I loved, and I never wanted to make anything like harder on them, and I never wanted them to think that they weren't worth changing for. And I didn't want to be the type of person who people looked at and they're like, she didn't even fucking try. And so, like, and there's just certain people in your life when you look at them and they look at how unhappy you are. And you know that, like, they fucking feel like they failed you. And I may not...
Wait, me?
No, just
okay,
like...
I was about to say.
No. But, like, the people in your life who want you to be happy. Like, you look at them and they see you unhappy, and you know that there's a part of them that blames themselves,
and they shouldn't, but you're right.
And they shouldn't.
But you're
that
right.
Hurts. Like, that hurts for you to be like,
I'm a part of that.
Yeah, like, no, dude, I'm failing you.
Right.
Like, and so then I'm just like, no, you gotta be, like, be different. Try to see where they're coming from so that you can, like, have more time with them. So that's why I don't talk about
and that's
my feelings, because I cry about everything, good or bad. And so unless people just want to watch me cry all day,
I love it.
That's weird. That's a certain kind of perversion.
Well, it's a happy cry. It's a happy cry.
It's
an acknowledgement of, like, what, you know, because you're talking about something that you're doing it. You're doing the thing. Yeah. So I would see that as, like, a positive kind of sadness.
Do you feel like there are changes or mindsets you want to adopt, specifically with because you're trying to be more, I don't know what you would want to call it, conscientious.
Yeah.
In the big 5 personality category sense of the word. So are there, like, how is that going? Is there anything that's working for you?
The hardest part is the consistency. I feel like the only thing I've done consistently recently to start helping my state of mind in that arena is running, because running is nice and it helps. Yeah. But insofar as, like, and that's the thing, is that where it usually stops is research. Because I'm just I love the facts, I love the theory and the thinking behind all of it and how it all is intended to, like, work to allow you to start doing better. But then once it starts getting to the application of those things, the consistency, whether it's, like, you know, trying to journal or have, like, a motto to say every morning or something like that, like, And in the moment, it's even harder, of course. Like I was saying earlier, it's easier to do it once you've started doing these other things outside of that to build up to that point. But I'll tell myself like, okay, I'm gonna do it, or I'm gonna do this or that, and it just, for whatever reason, I just have an issue with acting it out and then sticking with it.
Do you, what would be the issue with sticking with it?
I don't think because even journal, that takes like what, 5 minutes or so?
Yeah. Well,
Maybe even less.
yeah.
So it's like,
Is the bar too high? Are you expecting too much from yourself in saying I'm going to journal?
I think that part of my problem is knowing that it's going to take time, and I want fast results. Because I think that's been with anything that I've ever tried doing, and that's why I don't stick to the same thing for too long. Like even when you're talking about, maybe like learning a new instrument or hobby or whatever, if it's easy for me to see a video of someone doing something else that's like, oh, that's cool, I would like to, because even at work, you're like, you want to do everything. Anytime someone talks about something and they're like, hey, what about, this? And I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. I'd like to, I'll do that. And because I think I'm just, anything that lends towards being helpful or being seen as cool or beautiful by others is something that, because I just want to provide people that. So anytime I'm seeing someone doing that in a video or in real life or whatever, I'm like, oh, I want to do that, and this is a way in which I can do that. And I think a lot of it always comes back to music or like discussions like these or something, but it's still very hard to take myself out away from people because of that external validation focus problem that I have, and sit down by myself and do the work to get to that point where I can finally, stand up and start showing people what it is that I can do, so that I can start providing that. Because I can get stuck in my head sometimes too with just thinking about those scenarios when I could be using that time to practice whatever it is I need to do instead, so that I can actually do it.
Is there anything that like you want to provide yourself?
For myself?
Yeah.
That's part of the problem, is that I don't know, because I could learn instruments well, and I'm taking singing lessons, and so continue with that. But if I'm doing it for myself, it feels a little nice in the moment when I've started making something in the music software program that I have, and I'm and I got something set up and it sounds nice. I'll get that release of dopamine, but after a while, I feel like I need it to be heard by people and enjoyed by people, and so it's hard for me to be internally focused and feel good just sitting by myself and having something positive happen, just because I'm like, if I'm not doing this for others to some extent, what's the point? Because I'm usually a content person. I don't have like extreme highs or lows. I can get a little bit miffed sometimes, or feel generally a little bit more happier at times, but so I don't know. I think I just need to take more time to myself, in part, and just figure out what it is that I really, really like doing and that resonate with me. And I think music is one of those things, but it's just that consistency, because that desire to be, a certain level of good can be really kind of not demeaning, but hard to see where you're at and where you want to be, and seeing how far away that is and what all you got to do to get there is just, it seems like such a long road to take.
Yeah. What element of music though is like if you had to strip it down to the thing in it or the feeling in it, that most like does something for you?
I think it's probably I'll say one of. Well, no, I think in my opinion, it's probably the most beautiful form of art because it's one of whether you're performing it or listening to it, it not only provokes some type of like emotional reaction, but a physical one too. And insofar as like, wanting to dance or because you can have like a painting and that's in all other art is great art, obviously. For the most part, Amber has opinions. But between like writing and painting, when you compare that to music, it just feels it feels like there's a lot more life with music that's being spread out into anybody who's taking part in it or listening to it.
Yeah.
And I think I just really like that element of it too, because art can be controversial, but it doesn't need to. And I think that's the other thing that I like about it is that you can put out whatever you want, and if people don't like it, they just don't like it. It doesn't affect them negatively. They just don't like it. But for the ones who really do, it can be a great thing for them. And so you're providing through music, and you have the opportunity to at least provide a net benefit to people, depending on what it is and how you're doing it.
So with the music, it really just is about like other people. It's not about you.
Well, I love music, and when I'm doing something that I feel resonates with me or that I like, that feels good to me, and I enjoy that. But it is about, in part, putting something out with people that resonate with it too, and then it just feels nice knowing that I'm not the only one. There are other people who feel this and really like this as well.
So then you don't really have like anything, because and that's what
Damn,
I find.
She said you don't really have anything.
No. That's not what. But it's really fascinating. I guess I'm not really grasping it until now because I'm so not like this.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you do that you don't want to do with other people. Everything you do, like even running, which I'm like, that's one of the most solitary activities on planet Earth, which is why I liked it.
Right.
But you couldn't just keep it to yourself. You told everybody, and now you're like,
Well, that helps keep me accountable some too. It helps keep me accountable.
But it also is like, would you do it? Would you still do it if no one else was doing it with you?
Cam has been helpful in keeping me consistent with it. Her doing it too. That's hard. I don't know. I don't think I'd have been as consistent as I have been if not for Cam.
So is there anything on this planet that you do that's just me for me, Zach B?
For me, Zach B.
Middle
Spin-off
name
show.
T.
Middle name T. That goes hard.
His mixtape's coming out soon.
I want to say I'm sure there is, but it's hard for me to think of something that I'm just like, I'm going to do. Because even the running in part is like, it's health, but it's also a looks thing and how I'll be perceived by others. So I can't think of anything.
Wow.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head where it's like I'm doing this with just myself in mind.
Yeah. Which is like, I mean, that has like every tilt has a pro and a con.
Right. I want to be a benefit.
Yeah.
I want to be a benefit to people. It's hard for me to understand like what, like the actions or whatever that I could be doing that if it's not going to be good for others in some way, why would I do it? But then again, I waste so much of my time just
not doing anything.
Yeah, and I think part of that's just because of the fear of the failure of it, and just being used to, going about my day,
Yeah.
low discipline,
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
which sucks.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Well, discipline is like, as a person who was once highly disciplined and now is trying not to be that way, discipline is like, I don't know. It's just like, I always think about it like, you know, like blood bending, like the blood bending grip,
right,
or whatever. Just like any sort of just real like, you know, and it's a.
What do you mean by that?
By
Are you
swoop?
saying? Well, no, not by the swoop, but what's the metaphor that you're trying to get across?
Like it's a tightening.
But is that?
It's
are you saying it's bad or good or
No,
neutral? It doesn't have to be one way or the other. But what?
I think it can be both. But what I'm saying is, it's just this particular sort of feeling.
Yes, right.
You know, as opposed to like, you can't see. No one can see my hands.
No.
But my hands are opening and they're
They're starting palms to the ground and they're flipping over palms upward.
And this makes sense. Not being disciplined, there's a roundness to it. When you're disciplined, it's just very straight. You know, it's very, because it's very orderly.
Right.
And I think it's like, that is a hard thing. Take Gregory's fucking dad in Abbott.
Oh, yeah.
He met the right person and he like loosened up a little bit and he's probably been waiting ever since his wife died to loosen up. You know, so like and he probably was like that, one, because he was in the military, but two, because he was raised a little black boy and he had to be, you know, it was just the two of them, so he had to be tight, he had to be direct, he had to, you know, provide like the path for this kid. And so I'm saying that to say that like high levels of discipline can be very toxic.
It can be, but discipline is also what leads to, you kind of need that for success and to build.
You need some level of, I don't know if I would say it's discipline, but
I've
routine.
heard people say,
habits.
Right, but if you have habits that aren't currently in line with what you want, you need the discipline to build those new habits. And then it's not necessarily discipline anymore. Once you get used to it, then it's just kind of like standard routine. But in that transition phase, you have to be disciplined and consistent to continue that.
Yeah, and I struggle with that, especially when you're thinking about things that are like creative. And I think it's just also me being resistant to it, because I was listening to another podcast one time, and this woman was talking about being a multi-hyphenate, like being good at all this different stuff, and how at some point you have to take your artistic craft and you have to make it like, you have to create a discipline around it. You have to be doing a little bit of it every day or something like that. And I'm like, at that point, why the fuck am I, like, unless I feel moved to do that, or it's like, it is this thing that I'm trying to cultivate within myself, and there is that, like, betterment component, or I know I have a show coming up and I need to honor my commitments or whatever. Why am I doing that?
But that last part that you said, because I wanted to talk, I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to bring it up too in relation to this, because I feel like if you don't have the habits there already, because that's being disciplined. If there's something coming up and you're like, I need to meet this obligation, that's kind of the same thing, but you're doing it for someone else. But if you really want to progress in a way, and you don't have those like external obligations, but you yourself, you're thinking about it like all the time, but you're not really taking the steps towards it, that's being disciplined for you, right? It's the same thing as doing it for an event coming up because you've got an obligation made by someone else, except it's for you.
See, and that's the thing. I don't know if, I mean, there is a little bit of discipline, and you feel the discipline when you say to yourself, I don't want to do this. And then you say, just do a little bit. Just do what you can. Just show up.
Right, because that's why they say it's not about passion.
Yeah.
Because you can, passion comes and goes, but discipline stays. And you want to be passionate about the things you're trying to discipline yourself for, but if you just rely on passion, you're not going to get as far as you would if you were to use both passion and discipline.
So here's another thing so with the concept of like self-control, and what that looks like. Because I have this is a non-biblical, this is my own theory, but I have a theory. Or I have this belief that with each one of the fruits of the Spirit, there's I don't want to call it like a counterfeit, but something that looks like it, but it's not it. And I think I felt that discipline and self-control were not the same thing. And that discipline was this highly ordered, highly like, sharp thing. But self-control, and I talk to my sister about this all the time, like, because she used to be like me, my dad, and my sister, we can get really obsessive about things.
Right.
And that's also how we learn. We learn through obsession.
Right.
And then I kind of was like, I can't keep going in and out of obsessions, but also I can't do that because I have a dog. And then if I'm dug in like a tick on the thing I'm obsessed with, and then he comes up and he interrupts me, I get so irritated with him.
Yeah.
And I used to do that with people too. And I was like, if I want to be a more gentle person or a kind person, this can't happen anymore.
So do you think discipline then is like, because that contains self-control, but you see it as more of like an intense kind of self-control?
Yeah, like a hyperdrive versus self-control. Like, for example, if I'm writing or whatever, I just tell myself, and that's why I'm always telling you with pod, I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Because I want it. And because I want it, it will happen. I trust myself to show up for the things that I want. And so then I don't have like all this sharp, hard, fixed routine when it comes to doing Pilates, which I love, running, writing poetry, doing stuff for the pod, because I have no doubt in my mind that I will make it happen. And it's like within my system of self-control of like, or like, I know where my tipping points are when things like with food that's going to make me feel like I'm going to have a bad reaction to it. So I don't really go like overboard because the self-control is just trust, like faith in myself that like I trust that you know where your limits are and you're going to honor them. I trust that I know what your goals are and you're going to honor them. And that's it. So I'm not going to whip up all this energy around something and like force myself. Like when people are like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
I did that for a long time. And I was fucking miserable.
Yeah,
and I didn't trust myself. The root of that was that I didn't trust myself.
Right. I think that makes sense. You're just saying that like within this space of time that you know something needs to get done, you're just going to make sure it gets done within that time.
Yeah.
But you're not being hardline, like scheduled about it.
No.
And I think it just depends on what kind of person you are at the end of the day, because different things work for different people. But that makes sense. I understand what you're saying, because Cam can be a pretty structured person in terms of like, she hasn't mapped out which day of the week she's doing which kind of chores and stuff for the house and things like that.
But that's more. But she's not fussed about it. That's just how she wants to go about it.
Well, right, and that's what I mean, though, is that, like, for you being really structured was you had to fuss about it, right? But that was because it wasn't what was the best way for you to do it. Yeah. And so for her, like, doing it how you're describing would be difficult.
But if let's say she for some reason couldn't do one of the chores she had allocated.
And she does sometimes.
But she's not going to look at herself and be like, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah, right.
She's just going to do it the next day.
Right.
And it's fine.
Yep.
And that's what really, like...
That's what it comes down to. You need to do it in the way that you're not going to beat yourself up about it later on.
Just don't make a production. It doesn't have to be all of that. Right. And I think sometimes we want that. Because it makes us, gives us a little shimmy shake in our lives, and that's
a little glitter on the face.
You guys can't see what he just did, but it was giving glitter on the face.
Thank you.
It was giving. But yeah, that's I hope did I answer your. Did I speak to what you hoped?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so, because I wanted to talk about values today too, so that.
Oh. Was there anything else related to that?
Not particularly. I just wanted to, Not really. I think we hit on it. I guess I just want to emphasize to people, if you don't have like your top 5, I would say maybe things that you feel like you should value in life, you really need to figure that out, because
You really need to get it together.
You really need to, because because you can go through life still exhibiting those values, but if you're not conscious of them, then you're not really allowing that to fulfill yourself and those around you as much as possible. And that's, I think, really important. And please separate your values from other people. If other people are expressing or exhibiting the values that you like, say, "Oh, cool. They're very kind," And then if they do something rude or mean, don't idolize the person and be like, "Oh, that's fine. They're great because they did all this other stuff." You can still, if you focus on the value part, you can still say, "Oh, that he did a bad thing there." Doesn't mean they're a bad person, but you can say, "Oh, that was bad," and you can, say something about it if you want to, but don't idolize people. Basically, is what I'm saying. Idolize your values. Stick with your values. That's what I wanted to mainly get across.
Yeah. No, I think that's really interesting because people think that if you say you're a fan of something, that you can't provide critique of it if it's not, especially if it's espousing a value system,
right? And
it doesn't live up to that, that you're supposed to I don't know, turn, like you're saying, turn a blind eye.
Yeah, or be loyal to it.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's not even that they're
loyal to. You can be loyal to something, and also tell it about itself, or tell the person about themselves, and be like, "You fucked up."
And actually, that's true loyalty.
Yes,
that's true loyalty, because you don't want to be blind to it. But a lot of people, they don't even do it consciously. They're just like, "Oh, this thing is for me," or "This person is for me," and they say they are for these things, and I'm also for these things, so everything they do there must be a reason behind it, when sometimes it's just that they're not exhibiting that value they're saying they are. So just be wary. Just think for a second. Ask yourself, is this one and don't compare them to others too. Don't do it. Don't compare them. If someone's doing something that's bad and you say, "Well, this person did it too," that, okay, it's bad. don't criticize them for it, please. Dear God, nobody's perfect. Values. List your that's your homework. That's everybody's homework. Please list your 5 values and live by them. Put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't want to. I didn't
4,
want to say. Yeah,
5,
5, 6.
Well, how many do you need?
At least 5, I think, is a good starting point. Because I think once you get more than that, you could probably even do 3.
Many.
But you could do 3.
Yeah.
But I
3
think
to 5.
5's the tipping point, because once you get past that, it can start to get a little bit confusing. And I think most things that people want to encompass within themselves can be described adequately with 5, 3 too, depending on how broad they are. I would say my number 1 is truth. And I think that it's truth because everything else derives from that. You can't because if you have the wrong information, or if someone's telling you a lie and you make a decision based off of that, based off the other values that are under that, it's not going to result in what you want, because you're doing it based off something that's not true. So that's why truth is first, because some people might say family or loyalty, and those should be high, or at least those you care about should be up there, and kindness should be up there. But if you're doing those things based off of what's not the case, what's not reality, then you're already headed in the wrong direction. You have to put truth first. And that doesn't mean to be, you kind of want to be skeptical, but you don't want to, there's that balance with every value, right? You don't want to be overly skeptical. You don't want to not be skeptical enough. But at the end of the day, the most you can do is just look at the information you have there. And sometimes, okay, believe it or not, believe it or not, sometimes it's too early to make a decision about something. Okay? Sometimes the wisest thing to do is when something, especially when something's happening in the moment, or when there's like a prolonged event that's occurring that's like, that's being talked about or whatever, just wait. Just wait. You don't need to have an answer right now. Just wait and see how it's playing out. Wait until you get all the information. Because sometimes some information comes out sooner than others. Just wait. Just wait. And analyze all of it after a certain amount of time has passed, and then form a final opinion. And you can even start forming some of an opinion while it's coming out, but just stay open. Stay open. That's what I wanted to get to.
So since we've given them homework.
Yeah.
And this conversation has kind of shaped up pretty well about just how to basically organize your mind.
Yeah.
In order to live a life that reflects what you want. Mm-hmm. So what are you can do 3 or you can do 5 values. And how should somebody go about starting to sift through and determine, like, what do I value? Because when you had brought it up to me, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea. Value what? I don't know.
Well, so then maybe you're better adept to answering
No, I don't.
Well, wait. I'll go ahead and give my like top 3, but I think you might be better adept to discussing how to come to those, because you had to. Because if you were like, what the fuck, then you had to come. You had to have a method of coming to a conclusion of what those were. So I think my top 3. The first one is truth, and I'm not going to say that everyone's should be, but I think that you should think about it.
I'm not saying, but I'm just...
Yeah, I'm just...
telling you.
Yeah, yes, I'm not saying, I'm speaking. Truth. And then I would say compassion or kindness. And then... Well, okay, wait, no. No, I'm sorry. I had these as my 2 and 3, but I think I'm going to flip them. Truth, and then logic, and then kindness. Okay, and the only reason I put kindness or compassion after logic is because, similar to truth, you need the truth first to be able to know what's actually happening. And then you need logic so that you're able to reason from that. And then, because that's what CBT is, cognitive behavioral. You're changing your mindset and how you think about things and process things to change how you feel. So the compassion has to come after how you're coming to conclusions, right? So work on your understanding of what truth is and stay open to things, and work on how you're taking all that information and formalizing it, right? The logic, and then you can start exemplifying empathy and compassion. So those are my top 3, and that's why.
See, Virgo and what is it, INTP?
Yeah. On
the Myers-Briggs.
Mm-hmm. MB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That all tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
In terms of how to go about finding your values, honestly, it was really, I looked at a lot of lists. Like, I Googled it because I didn't understand what could be a value. Mm-hmm. It's just not something I ever thought about. Mm-hmm. And so that's one thing. So you can Google lists of values, and they'll give you a lot. There's a lot of things that people can kind of position as really important to them.
There are. Ooh, and I want to say real quick, too, that sometimes, like earlier I said, like, family, and you can have loyalty be up there, too. But, like, in my mind, sometimes it's just how you think about the value category you're talking about. Because for me, kindness, that incorporates, like, family. And everything, right? Because it's how your interpersonal relationships between people. So sometimes too, it's just about perception. Someone could have kind of like a varying value hierarchy than you, but it might be pretty similar depending on like how they explain it or how they're thinking about it. Yes, exactly. So, But yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I think, one, don't be afraid to Google things.
Yeah.
or ask
Or Bing
someone
things.
you trust.
Or DuckDuckGo things.
Oh yeah, or Bing,
Yeah.
DuckDuckGo, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Don't overuse ChatGPT. I'm becoming okay with it.
I
But
was actually
don't
going to say today to...
don't do too much.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the lesson in life. Too much of anything is too much.
Yeah.
So just
Amber's quote.
dial it back.
Yep.
Keep it cute.
Mm-hmm. Keep it cute.
That's
I like
my
that.
sister's quote.
Oh,
keep it cute. ChatGPT. Anyway, you can look things up. You can also like search your memories about the times when you were really happy, times when you were really sad or really angry.
Right. What fueled that?
Yeah. What made you feel like that? What was, if you could describe that in one word, that's maybe how you can arrive at a value.
Right. Did you ever also get to a point to where you were like, did I agree with why I felt happy or angry? Like, is that something that I want to exemplify in a value, or is that something I want to change?
Oh, yeah. There were so many things I looked back on my life, and one of the best things that ever happened to me, there was a moment where I reacted a certain way. I can't remember what it was about. And somebody kind of looked at me funny because of how I reacted. This was like a long time ago, like maybe in college or high school. And in that moment, I just it clicked. I was like, oh, you don't have to react like this. You can decide how you want to react.
Right. Yes.
And I was performing a reaction that I had seen someone else do for a very long time.
And sometimes it's just what you think you should
What
do.
you're supposed to do.
Right.
And then you can realize, like, oh, shoot, like, that's not how I naturally feel.
Right.
I have a lot of emotions, like mad emotions. More than one person should.
Yeah.
But also, I don't care and I don't express things a lot. I'm not a very expressive person. And then I just started to say to myself, like, you don't have to express things. You can express things the way that you feel them or the way that you would communicate them. You don't have to do it the way that you saw it on TV or the way that your mom did it or whatever. You can be yourself in how you express. That's a big part of how you actually define who you are.
Right.
Is what you do.
Well, and something I had to come to terms with recently is the acknowledgement that you don't have to be, people aren't expecting you to be the same. All the time. And that's something that's been, it's hard. It's hard because that's what leads me to wanting to perform.
I think that's what leads to mental health disorders.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, even when we had lunch yesterday and there was like a slight pause in conversation, I abhorred it. I abhorred it.
And I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's how normal.
Yes.
I stayed not talking.
Yeah, right. But I feel like it's okay. So if you're in like a group setting and there's like, several people and they're all quiet, I don't feel like the responsibility is on me as much because there are others who could be talking too. So it's been in my mind. It's like the responsibility of that has been divided between however many people there are, right? But when it's just like me and one other person, and even though you were choosing to be quiet in that space and time too, but to me, I was like, I'm failing right now because I'm not providing something to be in the presence of, and this is part of like. This is part of my issue with the external and doing things for people, because if I'm sitting there and the only person I can really do this with is Cam, just because of course I've gotten used to that being a thing. Yes, yeah, espoused. Yes, but when I'm with basically and members of my immediate family too, but when I'm with like anybody else, if it's just me and them especially, it's very difficult for I feel like I'm failing when there's silence.
Please don't feel that way with me.
Okay.
Because I take it as a great mark of like comfort to be able to share silence with somebody.
And it should, and that's what it is, because just by virtue of me only feeling comfortable doing that with Cam and around immediate family means that it is that you have grown so comfortable and whatever around these people that you don't need to feel like you need to fill the space
Yeah.
with it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
Silence is such a blessing.
yeah, it is. But I don't know. It's just, especially if, you know, because even if you just invite someone over to your place, I know for me, being like a host, if there's not something happening,
Well, that's
like all the time, but it's kind of the same, because I asked you if you wanted something, and you said you would come along, and so I felt like I was the host, because I had brought up the going to lunch thing, and
no.
like that's how my mind works, and it's something that's why it needs to be worked on. But
man, maybe you need to make like categories of people where like this is, and you can like sort them and start to say like this is the type of person where I know I have to do this with, but when I'm with these types of people, I know I don't.
But that's the
Just
thing, is that
take a break.
Yeah, but I don't even. I want to get to a point where I don't even have to have the categories, where I can just be like, it's fine no matter who I'm with to be.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be consistently talking, or because even if a conversation goes on long enough without me making someone laugh, if it's just kind of like small talk, I also feel like I'm failing, because I'm not providing something of like perceived benefit, which is very taxing to think that you have to do that all the time with people. Because if I walk away from a conversation and I'm like, and I think to myself, that person didn't get anything from this, then it's a problem for me.
Yeah.
And I don't dwell on it too much, but
it makes you feel
uneasy in the moment and a little bit afterwards, until I get my mind onto something else.
Yeah. So I guess that brings up another similarly related approach to establishing your values, is like learning your different gears. Because it sounds like you have a hard time switching gears about like how to connect with people in different settings. Like maybe you pick a, we're just gonna have a straight conversation, no fluff.
Right.
Versus in this situation, we can be a little bit more fluffy, a little bubble gummy. Over here, we're gonna be a little bit more like reserved, or maybe more professional, quote unquote, whatever the fuck that is, or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think thinking about yourself in different spaces and figuring out, what do I want to be consistent all the time?
Right.
And what would I allow to change based off of the circumstance?
Right.
I mean, that is essentially, that's a manifestation. That's a loaded term, but fructification of your values.
Yes, and I have been thinking about that specific thing more. It's been a little bit problematic because, like with your question earlier about what I do for myself, if I don't really know, and then I'm performing a lot because I'm thinking about how the interaction is going for others, it's hard to narrow down like how I really feel and how I want to be acting in the moment. It's been difficult for me to narrow that down. Yeah. Because I'm thinking too much about like just what are others getting from me? What can I provide to others?
Yeah. And I want to say that like I get that. I totally feel that way. When I was in the raw nerve stage of my life, part of that was brought about by the fact that like when my sister moved, I panicked and I was like, I need to make friends because I'm scared genuinely about like, if anything happens to me, like, will anybody know? Will they care? Will they reach out to me and be like, hey girl, where you at? Like, do I have anybody who I can spend my like downtime with? I got really frightened. Especially because like I'd gone through a breakup at that, like I just, a lot of the things that I relied on, the people I relied on, were shifting into different spaces. And I felt the way that you're talking about of like, I need to prove my worth, my value to people. I need to give them things. I need them to know that I'm a presence. I need them to see me as a presence in their life. I need them to like me.
Right.
I need them to want me
Yes.
around.
Yep.
And that's a really hard feeling
Mm-hmm.
to like to be in. And it took a lot. I think I had to clear a lot of other stuff out of the way
Mm-hmm.
before I could even be like, I'm okay if so-and-so doesn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay if this interaction went poorly. There'll be another one
Right.
tomorrow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's not. So don't think that if your values are a little bit, I don't know the word to pick that's not gonna have, but like if you feel like your current values have a little bit of a negative connotation to them,
Mm-hmm.
whether you feel that way about it yourself or other people are putting that negativity onto your values. Like we both, I would say, somewhere in our value system clearly is achievement.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's somewhere in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be, actually better yet, ambition.
Yes. Yeah.
And ambition is a loaded term.
Mm-hmm.
Because people can see people who are ambitious, and rightfully so, as assholes.
Yeah.
As
right.
people who step on other people
Mm-hmm.
to get to where they're trying to go, of people who take things way too seriously,
Right.
make things way too intense and sometimes competitive,
Mm-hmm.
and people who don't know how to just enjoy life because they're always trying to get something.
Yeah. The next thing. Mm-hmm.
And they're never satisfied.
No, because there's always a next thing.
Yeah, which is always interesting about you because you're a very content person
Mm-hmm.
who also is ambitious.
Yeah.
And that's a hard, I mean, I would see that as a hard tension to live in.
Mm-hmm. It
doesn't,
is,
it
that's
doesn't
why,
go together.
That's why, because I think the content overrides the ambition some with fear.
And then, but then
which is
do you
why I
get
don't
frustrated?
yes, which is why the consistency isn't always
Yeah.
there.
And sometimes, and then maybe that's another thing, is if you start to see some values pop up that feel like they're contradicting each other,
Mm-hmm.
or there's friction within them, that's a great place to explore and probably make changes
Mm-hmm.
in your life if you want to resolve that internal dissonance
Yes.
or conflict. So I hope that, I don't know that I could like articulate my values. I think I feel them
Mm-hmm.
more than they have words.
Right.
But I was telling you, and this gives some indication, I've always struggled with the term confidence. It feels silly to say shit like this, but I didn't understand what it meant,
Mm-hmm.
like in the world.
Right.
And again, the amount of times I've Googled the definition of confidence and self-worth and self-esteem because I just didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I saw other people, like people who were telling me how to be confident, I just saw it as arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
What they were doing and how they were expressing their confidence just came off to me as really grandiose and really delusional.
It's a fine line. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking like, if you feel confident in a decision that you've made, or to feel confident in a decision you've made, it almost kind of feels like that if someone brings up something to the contrary, that you have to push back against them, even if they're...
Or devalue yourself.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I tended to take that road
The second,
of devaluing yourself, but other people will definitely be like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still,
Right.
And like, it's like this weird, like, you don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you don't have to do either one.
Right. You can take a stance without
Yeah.
devaluing yourself or making someone else feel less than.
Exactly. And I think for me, the definition of confidence for me now at this stage in life is not based on achievement at all, which I think it used to be. I used to derive a lot of confidence from my achievements,
Mm-hmm.
and that was about it. I didn't feel confident in any other way. And now I feel confidence is just, no, I'm conflating two things. I feel confidence as just like being happy with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
being pleased with yourself.
Right.
And for me, that gives me a lot more to work toward.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because now I get to ask myself, is this going to make me feel good about myself? Or is this going to make me feel like shit?
Right.
Like, and it even changes, like, how I wear my hair. Because there are some styles that are just, like, an inch different. And, and putting the bun higher or lower changes how I feel about myself.
Yeah.
And then it also changes, though, like, just because somebody else likes it, if I don't like it, if it doesn't make me feel good about myself, I don't have to do it.
Right. Right.
Like,
yeah.
and it gives me better boundaries, I think, to do that thing when people are like, you, at the end of the day, you got to live with you. So what do you want? And so I think that maybe coming up with your definition, in addition to finding your values, coming up with your definition of confidence, and then coming up with your definition of success, which I was telling you, my definition of success is now, that's what I was talking about with achievement. It's not based on achievement anymore. It's now based off of like well-being.
Right.
And it's encouraging within that definition, which is why I think it's so like just like snuggly for me to live in it, is because it's encouraging me to be a balanced person.
Yes, and that is so the physical, emotional, and religious / spiritual, whatever you want to call that, for you it is very important to have balance there.
And the intellectual too, and just to keep yourself fed in a healthy way, giving your mind good things to be preoccupied with, and not bad toxic things or things that are not true, things that are hateful. Like, give your mind good things to work on. That's a big part of well-being. So I think that that's what this pod is a little bit for the both of us. Is to give ourselves something constructive and like hopefully beneficial. And especially as you're talking about like music being this output, being this thing that you can give to other people and you can share. Like, we see this, the pod represents so many, I think, of our values individually and shared. And I think for me, it's like honoring this commitment to myself. I said I wanted to do something like this. I've always wanted to do like a voice acting thing. I love storytelling. I love listening to other people talk. I love talking when I feel like talking. When I don't feel like talking, then I don't want to talk.
I know that too.
But like, it's just all these different things get to come to pass. And then, but that's the thing. We had to know what we were about to get to the thing that we're doing.
To get to this point. To know what and there's just there's enough, and not even just enough. There's a lot overlapping here. That makes it work, I think, pretty well. Then that's what happens when you find people who you align with. Is that and then you can start doing really cool shit. That's, and that's why it's important to get out there more. And I mean, we just met through work, but people, like, if you're...
But we didn't have to be friends.
True.
At all.
True.
I didn't mean it like that, but...
it came off that way. At all.
Never. I
don't want to be now. But don't be afraid to get out there, and really, and it's hard sometimes though, depending on where you are, especially in like rural areas. There may not be anything around that allows you to get with other people who share a similar interest, and that is where the internet can become an important really tool. But
or can be.
Can
be very negative as well.
And that's why everything needs to be treated with caution. Everything. But get out there and find like-minded people, but also find people who aren't like-minded, because you don't want to get yourself into an echo chamber, because then you're not going to truth.
You're not going to truth
people
socially.
Social truth.
Well, it's like we were talking about the apples the other day, and like how apples, like, first of all, some people are allergic to apples or whatever, have an intolerance. But also, An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
It do.
There's some skin on the apples that irritates some people's teeth, but it's also really good for your teeth to eat an apple and good for your jaw.
Yeah, right.
Apple seeds can produce more apple trees and lead to flourishing. But they also have trace amounts of, what is it, fucking cyanide?
Something like that.
Something.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't eat them. And within that one fucking fruit
all these things
is
come alive.
everything you need, how you need to approach everything in your life.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe the last thing we would say is like, eat a fruit.
Eat a fruit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it be a banana, an apple, an orange, kiwis are my fruit of choice. Not the skin.
I've gotten into them.
There's, oh my gosh,
They're
the sour,
really-
tangy flavor.
Oh, that's not where I was.
Huh?
The seeds of
What?
them.
You eat the seeds?
Are you not supposed to?
No, I'm just.
Yeah. No, the seeds, like the crunch. Because you have this like very soft thing, and then it's got this little bit of like a.
Oh, I
crunch.
see. Yeah.
And then if
yeah.
you put it in like yogurt or something.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah. No.
very-
Yes.
I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, you should try making like a yogurt kiwi smoothie
I
with some kale
Okay.
in it. That stuff is delicious.
We love you, Kale.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah. Your homework is 5 values. Define confidence and success, and then this is a lot. And then eat a fruit. Just
That's
a
not a
single
lot.
fruit.
That's not a lot.
You're right. I'm
That's
sorry.
really not a lot.
You're right.
Start the process.
Yeah.
Start thinking about these things, and there's no rush.
Yeah.
All the time you have on this earth is all the time you have
Yeah. It's
to
all the time you
figure
need.
out. And you may not know how much time you have, so maybe make it quick.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No.
Life is abundant.
Until it's not.
So anyway, I think that's the end of this episode.
Welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you all.
What is the opposite
This
of
is-
welcome?
Um,
Like in a word. Farewell?
yeah. Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Farewell.
How about
we
you
need
can
an
say the
outro?
welcomes and I'll say the farewells.
That's beautiful.
Even though you're the Z.
Oh yeah.
But we'll switch it up. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll be the.
Well, yeah,
I'll
no,
be
I like farewell enough for me to be the one saying farewell sometimes. If you say welcome sometimes.
Okay.
So
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So today I'll say farewell.
Yeah. What's our typical? Is that our? How are we doing? You've listened to another episode of the A to Z podcast. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed. If you do, please listen to more as they come out. And if you have any ideas for things you'd like us to talk about, feel free to let us know. You can email us at atozmedia@gmail.com.
That was perfect.
Oh, nice. We'll say
Farewell.
yes.